G'day everyone, Spittin Chips here. Hope everybody's doing well. Let's get on with some tunes, the music to get us going. Hope everybody's had just an awesome day today. Weather's been awesome. Weather's perfect actually. Bit of breeze, nice bit of sun. Some people out there making the most of it, doing an awesome kayak session. Some birds chilling out there on the pillars. Pretty good life.
Plug wall. I don't even understand how the fuck my plug talk. Pick him up in a space coupe. I don't let my plug walk. Skirt pull up in a space. New freak had to cut my other little bitch off. 50K, you could come and book a cracker for a plug wall. Big ol' Bentley is.
Okay, that sounds like the right volume.
On my phone, I don't say shit. I make money when I talk.
Okay, so let's start with a quick YouTube video just to kick things off. This is a good one for you to just prep ourselves before we give you some information regarding stocks, shares, and the whole market.
Been up $2.5 million.
What do you got on you?
Nothing.
What'd you put away?
Nothing.
You get up $2.5 million. Any asshole in the world knows what to do. You get a house with a 25-year roof, an indestructible Jap economy shitbox. You put the rest into the system at 3 to 5% to pay your taxes, and that's your base. Get me? That's your fortress of fucking solitude. That puts you for the rest of your life at a level of fuck you. Somebody wants you to do something? Fuck you. Boss pisses you off? Fuck you. Own your house. Have a couple bucks in the bank. Don't drink. That's all I have to say to anybody at any social level. Did your grandfather take risks?
Yes.
I guarantee he did it from a position of fuck you. A wise man's life is based around fuck you. The United States of America is based on fuck you. You're a king. You have an army. Greatest Navy in the history of the world? Fuck you, blow me. We'll fuck it up ourselves, which we have done. Beautiful fuck you position, lost forever. King George III looks like a fucking birthday present. This is the
Yeah, so you might hope you know this already, but if you don't, the best position you should ever put yourself in is a position where you have the ability to make your own decisions. And sometimes, unfortunately, you get to a point where you take on too much debt and you have to suffer through it. And sometimes it's a good suffering, but other times it's not. And I highly suggest you put yourself in a position where, yes, you have, if you're going to do some short-term pain, that's good for your goals, but don't remain in a position where you can never make life decisions. So let's jump straight into the fear and greed on CoinMarketCap, and this is for the crypto fear and greed. So currently it's at a 42 of neutral. So it's hanging around in the neutral position. It's not fear, it's not greed. The whole market's sort of at a settle point. You can see that through the graphs. And this is another fear and greed index, and that's also put that in a neutral. On the stocks and shares side of things, that's also at a neutral position with how everything's progressing up in this S&P 500. S&P 500 is over America on their top 500 shares. So let's progress on to CoinMarketCap and see the top by market cap. The top contenders, obviously, still at the top rank is Bitcoin, BTC, and this is American dollars, $111,597 per Bitcoin. Ethereum, contender number 2, is at $4,294. XRP, $2.96. Tether, which is a stable coin. BNB, Binance, 873. Solana, 214. USD, another stable coin. Doge, that's 23 cents. And Tron, that's at 33 cents. A few other ones dropping down there. Cardano, ADA, that's at 86 cents. Chainlink, $23. That's at number 12. Sui is at 14 at $3.47. Stellar XLM 15 is at 37 cents. Hydra HBAR is at 22 cents. Yeah, that's the main ones in the top, say top 20. And you can see the rest going on there. Still the major market caps, the big ones, Ethereum, Bitcoin, XRP, Binance, and Solana, as well as Doge. Jumping over onto the crypto bubbles, the hourly, let's go for the daily, and this is the top 100 on gains at the moment. Yeah, you can see Sneaky Hex, that's there, that's doing quite well. Cheeky Bonk, what else do we have? Poly's over here. And any others you can see, BNB, there's BTC, Panda, what else? Monero, you know, the ultimate privacy coin. We've got Sui over here. Yeah, so you can see a fair few of them in the green. These bigger ones, never heard of them. So when we progress on to the weekly, even bigger. So this one is punching off. MYX Finance. So there might be one I have to look into later. We can see Doge for the week is 13% up. It's quite good. Bonk, 12% up. Hex, look at Hex. Woof. Hex is doing all right, eh? Which Hex is this? This is the Hex on, that may be the Hex. What's the price? Yeah, this is the Hex on the PulseChain. Look at that, 13% up. Rock and roll. There's Solana, FET. This is the AI. Sui, another layer 1. Pepe, there's some HBAR. XRP, so it's pretty much green in the markets, even though it's showing it's a neutral, not fear nor greed. There's still some gains to be made there. On the month, it pulls back a bit. Yearly Hex, look at that, 171% for Hex. It's a big gainer there. XRP, check it out, 462%. HBAR, 362%. We go back to the daily, and let's just look at the let's go to the next 200 coins. So 100, 200. Anything I can spot? Oh, PulseChain. There you go. PulseChain is doing all right. And Mana. own your own crypto land. Where else can I see it's popping out at the moment? Yep. And let's go for the weekly on the next 200. Pulse doing all right, 5%. As a layer one, new layer one, doing very well. Pulse is a copy of Ethereum, so really cheap actually. That cheap. And then let's look at the market cap. Let's just go back to the 100s. So this is the market cap per day. Bit in the green. Yeah, not so good. Where is the yearly? Where is the total market cap? Where is the total market cap? I don't want to do 24 hours. I just want to do rank. Market cap. Day, no. Let's just do a year. There we go. I want overall market cap. But you can see there's the big dogs. BTC, huge. Pushing everything out the way. ETH coming in. Good news. And there's XRP, Solana, BNB. Where's some cheeky other? Oh, look, cheeky Hex in the market cap for the top 100. Pepe, Sui, Uniswap. The ones I just know about. The ones that mostly concern me. There's our XLM. What else do we have? Poly. Link or Chainlink, very nice. Shibs, or not so good though. All right, it's good to see. A few bubbles, bit of entertainment. Let's jump over onto and see what the cryptos are doing. Oh, what's this? Poor Pleb. Poor Pleb's up 5%. But look, bugger all volume really. XAI is off, mixed bag at the moment. It's not really any much going in there at the moment. AVAX is only 135,000. So Pepe was 2 points. Let's look at Pepe. That's a move. Volume is 2.5 million. Let's look at some other good ones. 600,000 for Hex on PulseChain. Let's look at that. That's a bit of cash liquidity. HBAR. Bit moving on HBAR. What else we got? 7.3 million on HBAR. What else? Some majors. 284K in PulseChain. Doge is 54 million. So, yeah, 5.4 million, pardon me, not 54. Chainlink. Let's have a quick gander at Chainlink. And what else? Solana. Solana's a little drop. It's a fair bit of volume there at the moment. So we'll have a quick gander at that one. Let's do the one with the most volume on Solana. Which just jumped. Whoops. Let's just go back on that. That's not what I wanted. Back on Solana. Let's volume-wise. Here we go. We'll do that one. And what else should we look at? XRP. Let's have a gander at XRP. Huh? Volume, huge volume USDT. We can have a look at it. And Hex on Ethereum. Why not? Let's have a gander at that. And PulseX. Volume. Still a bit of volume there, hey? 483K. And Pendle 1.2 million. So let's have a quick gander at all those. Okay, so this is Pepe. Oh, we've wrapped ETH on Uniswap. Oh, that looks good. You can see that's a wedge. So, and this could be considered channels. So it's almost looking like it's getting to a point where it's actually going to break out. So that's not too bad. Pepe. It's looking all right. Next one looks like Hex on PulseChain. Oh, very nice. So it had the head and shoulders. It's dipped down. It's consolidated. You can see the low here. Starting to pick up again. Sold off a bit. Got to that consolidation point. Massive shoot up. What was that? That was a decent. You got in there to there. 162% gain. And it's done a channel. And now it's come out of that channel. So it's actually looking like this is in the daily. Boom. That's some big candles. Hey, a bit of volume there. So that's Hex on PulseChain. Starting to kick off again. That's looking very nice. And then we've got Hex on. This would be Hex on Ethereum. daily. So yeah, you can see that's a ascending wedge that broke out to the downside, unfortunately. Got to that point and broke down, so there must be a bit of a sell-off, so consolidation point. Huge. So there must have been a bit of traffic going on in PulseChain, PulseX, Richard Hart, massive buy-ups, and then it's got to a point, sell-off again. It looks like it's found some ground at last high, which is good. So that's a little channel, and it looks like it's broken out of channel. It's starting to kick back up again. So look, by this chart, it looks like up and away. Where we've got wrapped Pulse. So this is PulseChain. That's also looking very healthy. Look at that. It's found a consolidation point. That's a bit of a wedge going down there. And it's starting to break out again. So yeah, looks very positive. And you can see this is the last high. So it's got to that point, consolidated. Looks like it's jumped. It's going to start going back up again. Very good. Doge. What's going on Doge in the large scheme of things? Oh, it's been in this price range for a while, hasn't it? That also, it definitely seems like alt season is here. This is consolidation point. Gets past that. Does very well. Chain link. Oh, very nice. That's a beautiful channel there. Really nice channel. Let's see how long it goes into that channel and starts to break out. What else we got? Oh, Solana. That's just a really healthy chart for Solana. See that? Wedge, ascending wedge. And look, it's got to the consolidation point right now. Let's zoom out. Yeah, you can see that point from history. So let's see what happens. This is a deciding point of what it will do on the point of that trend. Here is XRP. Oh, baby, come on, XRP. Massive descending wedge, and it's got to a consolidation point. You see what I've been doing here? She broke out of that consolidation point. So she looks like, here we go. XRP, watch out. And Hex. This is Hex on Ethereum. Ethereum chain. Ethereum L1. That's a consolidation point. And it's just broke out in the positive side of that wedge. So let's see if this continues and it cracks on. Last one here, we got second last is PulseX. This is the exchange on PulseChain. That's also had a channel, descending channel, and it's broken out of that channel on the positives, and it's just starting to make this level before, and it's consolidating a bit, you can see, and now it's looks like it's 50-50 at the moment. Let's see what it does. I think that's why we're seeing the neutral in crypto. That explains it. And Pendle is an interesting one. I mean, that's crazy. Look where it went up to. Let's go back to where it is though. It's $4 something. I'm going to try and zoom in on this. There's so much to zoom in on. Bear with me now. On the daily graph, try and make. Oh, that's very nice. Look at that. It's a nice ascending wedge there. There's been a few nice buy-ups, but a few sell-offs as well. You can see the volume. The volume pretty much has died off. So we'll wait and see what happens, but it's definitely trending upwards, which is positive. Okay, let's jump over on to see how the Australian dollar is doing to the US dollar. So US dollar, it's trending up. So the Australian dollar is continually getting weak to the US dollar, unfortunately. Let's look at the inflation rate. Inflation, this is, the same. Inflation is dropping, but this is their metrics. I don't believe that at all. I'm sure, hope you don't believe the metrics of how they're reporting inflation as well. That's dropped off. Yeah, don't believe that at all either. VIX on the volatility. The volatility, you can see that was that massive jump up in April. And it's sort of simmered off at the moment, but it's still sitting around that 15. And we'll just look at the bonds. Bonds at the moment, the 2-yearly and the 5-yearly on the US bonds. Now they're getting a bit sketchy because the 2 years starting to catch up to the 5-yearly. And they're dropping, they're showing it's dropping. There you go. That's the 5-yearly. Let's look at the 30. 30's trending up. Look at that. Yep. You know a lot when you look about the bonds. Let's look at Australian bonds. Australian bonds, the 5-yearly and the 15-yearly. The 5-yearly is now worth more than the 15-yearly. So that's showing that Australia is in some troubling times. Could be some real troubling times. Currently in it, or soon to be into some really testing times for your savings and expenses of bills, and how do you invest and feed your family if you've got some dependents to take care of. Right, let's look at some gold. My gosh, look at that. Look at the gold price, mate. So this is in US dollars. The current gold price per ounce is at $3,684. My gosh, look at that. What's happened in the last few days there? So since that was a bit of a sell-off. So since April, June, July, August, boom, just shot up here, and there's a bit of a shooting star there as the end of the day trading, and that got all the way up to 3,700. Let's compare that to the Australian dollar. My gosh, 1 ounce is going to cost you 5,529 Australian dollars for 1 ounce of gold. If that doesn't concern you, it should. That shows you how we've inflated our currency and deflated the worth of our currency. Yeah. Crazy, hey? You just see how that consolidated, went boop, and off she goes. Let's look at palladium. Palladium US dollars. Palladium's looking very handsome at the moment. That was a nice short jump up there. How you going? Palladium's pretty scarce. Currently at $1,378 per ounce. Let's look at the gold to silver ratio, and you can see that actually dropping quite a bit. So what this is indicating is that there is a specific ratio of gold to silver, and that usually sits within a certain ratio. So if that's actually coming down now, that means silver should be coming closer to the gold price, which means the silver price is actually increasing. The thing about this, though, is that the gold price is actually still increasing, which means there's going to be significant gains on the silver side. So carry on from there. Oh, did we show you the silver? No, I didn't. Did I show you silver? There's silver. Woohoo! Look at that. It's been tracking along that channel for a while. It's broke out to the positive side. Let's see what's going on. It needs to get up here. These two resistant lines, needs to get past those. I'm banking on it. Come on, silver. That's in American dollars. It's $41.38 an ounce. In Australian dollars, that's $62.15 an ounce. All right, let's carry on. Copper's sort of bouncing around a lot. Shot up, came back down. Now sitting at the $4.50 mark. This is on a day, this graph. So, yeah, I mean, it's good because obviously, you know, if we look back 2020, it was $2, roughly $2.20 an ounce, and it's all the way up at $4.50. So you're still doing all right. That is like 100% gain, but yeah, it's not as significant as the gold and soon to be silver. Okay, we can look at the SPY. Nah, not keen to look at that. Dixie, not keen to look at that. We can check that out another time. Let's do a quick brush through. And what is this one? The total crypto. Okay, this is interesting. So this is the total market cap. This is the total market cap of crypto. And look at that. Since 2023, the market cap is shot up to 3.82 trillion US dollars. So this is showing you that we are definitely in the season of cryptos increasing a lot. And it looks, what does the pattern look like here? Let's have a quick gander. Channel. It's in a channel. Yeah. And the channel's now changed from a descending channel to a ascending channel. That's good. It's positive. And we've got a fair few others there. There's going to be music on, hey? Oh, no. That's all right. I've got a sneaky video after this, so I'll show you after that. But let's look at some, since we know gold is popping off, let's check out some gold shares, shall we? So there's one in particular that, so this is platinum. Look at that. This one's called VAU, Vault Minerals Limited. And that has just shot off. What's the gains have you got in around about here? 56% in 28 days. Oh no, 40 days. 40 days. That's not bad. Pretty good. So Austral Gold. No. NAC. NAC is it's a hard one because doesn't that look magnificent? Sell-off, consolidating. We'll see what happens. The problem with NAC is it's waiting for Northern Dynasty was issued the permits to dig, and now they can't dig, so they're on a standstill at the moment. It's quite hard. It's a tough one because America's trying to go to strategic metals, and they can't quite get there. So I'm going to see how that one progresses. If it increases, that'd be nice. If it'd be nice for it to see it make some moves, yeah, would be good. What else do we add? Might be nice to look at. What else could we look at? Nah, that's good to be looking at. We got BTC, Ethereum. We've looked at that. We looked at XRPs. ADA. We looked at the hexes and the PulseXs. I think that's enough for now. Let's move on to another video.
Was that ant that stood up to me?
Yeah, but we can forget about him.
Yeah, it was.
There was that ant that stood up to me.
Yeah, but we can forget about him.
Yeah, it was just one ant. One ant.
Yeah, you're right. It's just one ant.
Yeah, boss. They're puny.
Puny. Say, let's pretend this grain is a puny little ant. Did that hurt?
Nope.
Well, how about this one?
Are you kidding?
Well, how about this? You let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up. Those puny little ants outnumber us 100 to 1. And if they ever figure that out, there goes our way of life. It's not about food. It's about keeping those ants in line. That's why we're going back. Does anybody else want to stay?
Remember that one from Bug's Life? Yeah. At the moment, personally, just holding cash in a savings account, getting a measly for if you're lucky 5, maybe beyond 5% interest, and they're reporting inflation to be 2-3%, and we all know it's not that at all. It's well beyond that. What you're doing is you're reducing the value of your savings. And you can see that by the price of gold. Remember, I showed you the price of gold just before. And just go back to the price of gold, also with Bitcoin, but also with gold. Bear with me here. Here. See, this shows you that because gold is more expensive. It costs more for you to purchase gold, or the other way to look at it is gold is now worth more of your fiat currency, your country currency. That's showing that you are devaluating the worth of your currency. So every time this is going up, your currency is worth less. All right. How about I'll put a little bit of music back on, eh? I've been really enjoying this. There we go. Hit that in the background. So this is the debt clock. So the national debt. Hold on. I forgot what country this was for. .gov. Anyway, we'll move on to the next one. This is the US debt clock, and it's a running debt clock of the US. And if you know or you don't know, you should know that obviously the United States of America is the world hegemony. Everything gets traded in the US dollar. But that may not be the case in the next few years. And one of the reasons why you should really invest into some assets that are going up with inflation. Look at their national debt. 100,000, million, billion, trillion. 37 trillion. Trillion. My gosh. And that's their revenue. So they can't pay their debt. They've just gone beyond the point where they can pay their debt. So this is the big issue of America, and what's really, really concerning for America at the moment, and anybody else that holds anything in American dollars, is that other superpowers such as China, Russia, and India have created their own hegemony. So they're going to start trading in their own agreed currency or digital currency, which means it's the use of the American dollar is going to be reduced. And all of a sudden they've been printing money and all this debt, and they won't know how to pay it. So it gets to a point where what happens when you can't pay your debt? You default. This is the world debt clock. You can see US. Second in line is China. Their GDP. So the ratio, public debt to GDP ratio, 86. America's 100%. Germany, they're pretty much the largest GDP in Europe. That's pretty much, a reason why they did so well in the wars. You can see their debt, but you can see their debt, but their gross domestic product. Look at that. It's higher than their debt. It's healthy, actually. But they're not actually in a good point at the moment. Poor Germany. Japan, yeah, it's a bit scary. India, looks like they're doing all right. UK, not doing good. That's why some serious issues. Look at that, 114% public debt to GDP. France, saying it's just holding on. Italy's just holding on. Brazil, neutral. Canada, neutral. Argentina, doing all right. Australia, we're just hanging on. This is starting to get very concerning, especially this one here, external debt to GDP ratio, 121. Belgium, Greece, Indonesia, Ireland. It's good to have a comparison here. Look at that, Norway. Wow. Why isn't Australia like that? It's a good question, don't you think? With all our riches. All right. And Australian debt clock. That's it. just chilling. Just chilling. Look at the total house debt in Australia. And the private credit debt. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's concerning. All right, moving on to the next one. Yeah. Another real short video for you to listen to.
You watch those nature documentaries on the cable?
Yeah.
You see the one about lions?
Yeah.
Look at this lion. He's the king of the jungle. Huge mane out there. He's laying down under a tree in the middle of Africa. He's so big. He's so hot. He doesn't want to move. Now, the little lion cubs, they start messing with him. Biting his tail, biting his ears. He doesn't do anything. The lioness, she starts messing with him, coming over, making trouble. Still, nothing. Now, the other animals, they notice this, and they start to move in. The jackals, hyenas, they're barking at him, laughing at him. They nip his toes and eat the food that's in his domain. They do this, and they get closer and closer and bolder, till one day, that lion gets up and tears the shit out of everybody, runs like the wind, eats everything in his path. Because every once in a while, the lion has to show the jackals who he is.
Every once in a while, prepare yourself. Put yourself in a good position. Financially, mentally, physically. Be prepared. You should always be prepared. The worst thing you can ever do is be in a position that you're vulnerable. So, if you don't know, there's been a massive bull in the crypto market. And you can see, I just shown you on gold and silver. And now it's got to a point where it's sort of steadying off. And that's because of a few things that are happening in the market at the moment. But what is actually interesting to see is from Google Trends and actually what is the searching. And this is over a period of 12 months. And the 100 is obviously at the top and 0. So they do it like a percentage range. And 2024 last year, September, it was just chilling. And Babutska, it's just shot off. So a lot of people are looking into gold stock as a search engine. It was at 100 from August the 10th to the 16th, 2025. It was maximum. So this is showing people are now aware of gold stocks where they just pretty much went, why would you ever buy or have that or keep that as an investment, physical metals, bullion, coins, or buy stocks. It's always been for such a long time about crypto, Bitcoin, but you can just see the big funds and the regular people, they start to take notice. And the reason, one of the main key reasons about that's why gold has kicked off so much recently. The reason is because central banks and large funds have started to stack gold. Now, why would banks and these big hegemonies start to stack gold? Because gold is always known as a store of value. Silver stocks, same. Copper stocks, same. Everybody's looking into metals. So crypto over 12 months has always been steady. The last 12 months. They did pick up again as well. So it's showing a correlation between people looking for alternative investments, and also they're starting to take notice of what's happening in the market. This could definitely be an indication that a lot of people are starting to get in or thinking about getting in. Bitcoin, Bitcoin has dropped off a little bit from what it was 12 months ago. Still very prevalent. I mean, it's at 75%, but not as big as the war. And you could see that on its price, the popularity of the Bitcoin to Ethereum ratio. But it's still very, very much in everybody's eyes. Ethereum, we've been watching the Ethereum chart. That's just popped off, hasn't it? Did I show you the Ethereum chart? Go back and quickly show you the Ethereum. So this is Bitcoin. So there's Bitcoin, right? So about 12 months ago, September, boom, flatlined a bit, dropped off, boom, flatlined a bit, boom. Now it's pulling back a bit, bit of consolidation. So naturally, there isn't all eyes on that at the moment. And if you look at the BTC to Ethereum ratio, you can see that's dropping. So that's more eyes are on Ethereum at the moment. So let's go back to that search, which was Ethereum. There we go, see? There's a correlation between the two. Richard Hart's one that I'm passionate about, and probably interesting for you guys to have a look at as well. He is the inventor and creator of PulseChain, which is a layer 1 crypto. It's a copy of Ethereum with improvements. So as good as Ethereum or better, because it's actually cheaper at the moment and it's quicker. The best part about PulseChain is that all the updates that the Ethereum chain has, PulseChain can integrate as well because they're exact copy. And there's PulseChain. So you can see 12-month period, 100%. All eyes are becoming on PulseChain at the moment. PulseChain Ethereum. So if you don't know about PulseChain, here's the website, www.pulsechain.com. Just come and have a look around. This is the gas and the PulseChain indications and graphs and so forth. PulseX, which is the exchange on PulseChain, the number 1 exchange. This is an incentive coin. If you become a liquidity holder, you can get incentive coins. And there's Hex. So Hex was created, all these were created by Richard Hart, and Hex was said to be the better version of Bitcoin. Hex actually did a 10,000% on the last bull run. And if you owned Hex on the Ethereum chain, when PulseChain was created, you actually got a free copy of your Hex crypto on the PulseChain. Also, other cryptos that were on Ethereum are also on PulseChain and free to claim. They're yours. You just gotta add PulseChain layer 1 to your network and just search for them, add them, and they're there. Could be worth a few $100, could be $1,000. Let's talk about how to set up a wallet. How do you buy? How do you trade? Cool website. There's also here for your statistics, your stats. The current price of PulseChain is $0.0006. This is a direct copy of Ethereum. What's Ethereum at the moment? Can you remember? Ethereum is currently at $4,287 American. So wonderful. And also there's a page here for developers if you want to get in and make something on the PulseChain network. There's a whole heap of information here to help you go through and do all the configuration for your blockchain. Here's what the PulseX website looks like, and you actually have to load this website to do it. Here's the Hex website. Here's CoinSpot. CoinSpot is an Australian, the word for it, not trading site, market site. The word for it is exchange. CoinSpot is an Australian exchange. I'm unsure if you can get that word for the world, but you can definitely use it in Australia. It's very reliable. It's been going for a long time. And they have all the major cryptocurrencies here, which you go buy and sell. Unfortunately, PulseChain and PulseX and Hex are yet to be listed on this, but maybe if you asked them for it to be there, they could add it. But you can just see Australian Bitcoin. One Bitcoin is $171,742. Ethereum is $6,691. XRP is $4.60. Wow. Here's Binance, and I just add with that, if you want to join up and make an account, there's a link below in the comments on the description of this video. So use my, if you want to help me out, you can use my link, and it gives me a little $10 present, something like that. Here's the Binance chain. It's more international. Here's the MetaMask logit. So this is a custodian wallet. If you don't want to have all your coins kept on this platform, you can download this and run this on your own. So you have your own independent wallet with your own cryptos, and you control what happens to them. It would never happen, but there is the odd chance. This one has never been hacked from what I know, but all of a sudden what happens if this website was down? You can't do anything, whereas you can do whatever you want over here. And here we go, is a crypto tax calculator. I also have a link down, affiliated link in my description. It just helps out, really saves a lot of time if you're doing a lot of trading in cryptocurrencies. To generate those reports and do your tax, I recommend you always pay your tax. This is a great way to help yourself doing it. If you want to purchase some precious golds, you can come over to the Perth Mint. Very reliable. There's all places in Australia and all over the world. Always good to look for a reliable place to purchase some precious gold. This is some statistics on the PulseChain. It's just pretty much showing you what the interactions look like. It's just constantly increasing, which is great. It was showing me how many it's at. The current block is at 24,463,069. So this has been running non-stop, no issues. The current validators is 52,566. This is amazing. This PulseChain is doing very well as a layer one. This is the total active wallets. So individual wallets working on PulseChain, and since July 2023, just before May 2023, it's just been operating flawlessly, and you can see the wallets are just increasing as they go along. This is very positive for the network. What does this mean? It's an indication that there is more funds and liquidity coming into the network, which means that more and more people want Pulse, because you need Pulse to pay the gas fees on PulseChain. The ticker for Pulse is PLS. Here's Liquid Loans. It's an interesting project on PulseChain only. What it is that you can lock up your PulseChain, your Pulse, on the Liquid Loans DApp, on their crypto. I just had a mind blank here, on their blockchain. So they've created a blockchain that operates on PulseChain. You're able to take your PulseChain, PLS, you can deposit them here, and it'll actually give you the ability to take out a loan on those. So you never have to sell your Pulse, and they can go up in value, and you just use that whenever you want. And then you have to obviously pay it back like it's a loan, but it's an interest-free loan. You just pay a loan fee. Really cool. All right, so just to finish up, that was a nice quick one. I'm not a financial advisor, investor, accountant. I'm just a bloke doing what I can to safeguard myself and create hopefully a better future for myself. The way I'm doing that is diversification into certain cryptos, precious metals, shares, and a bit of cash on hand. There's, as you can see, especially there's lots of Western countries in the world, but from my reference is Australia, inflation is going up, your income hasn't gone up, tax brackets haven't increased, so you're still getting taxed the same amount, and if you did get a pay increase, you're getting taxed even more, so it's not like you're getting anywhere. And then they're inflating the currency, which means they're printing more of it, which means the worth of the currency is deflating, and you can see that by how much it's worth if you travel anywhere, how much your currency is worth in another country and what you can buy. Currently, the crazy thing at the moment is the Singaporean currency is worth more than Australian currency. I couldn't believe it. I did a recent trip to Indonesia and the Singaporean currency was getting more than the Australian currency. So under these circumstances, and also some issues, because Australia is a country that's pretty much the banks loans some crazy amount. I'll bring it up next time, I'll show you, but the bank's holdings is the majority of just house loans. They don't have loans to businesses or anything like that. So this really puts you in a vulnerable point if anything ever happens to the markets. So personally, I think I am going to take and continue to do these precautions. And I hope this has helped you a bit. All right, we're going to close out now. This is a nice way to close out. Stay strong.
He's trapped
Your family
by
will be
over
there for
20
you.
of them. The pack tries to wear him down. This number of hyenas could kill him. It's impossible to fight them all at once. He can't keep them at bay for much longer. He's tiring fast. His ally, Tartu, has heard the commotion. Now the odds have changed. Even for 20 hyenas, a pair of male lions is too much to take on. Red is lucky.
Stay strong. Stay strong with your family, your friends, and yourself. and you'll have testing times in life. You will be okay. You will make it through it, but you got to do precautions. You got to build on yourself and your family, and work with your mates. Become stronger. All right, let's finish on. Close out. Bit of music. Close out on. How's that sound? Oh, what are we going to do? Oh, let's do a bit of. We're going to do. Stick with me. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Yeah. All right, everyone. Spittin Chips. It's good to see you tune in. Hope you tune in. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave some comments, share, like, and let me know if you would like specific information. I can help you out. This is my YouTube page. You can see Spittin Chips, and here's the videos over here. The other videos I've made, and if you click on one of these videos, so the very first one, and you scroll down here, there's the like, share, and subscribe. When you do a subscribe, you're going to do all. Make sure you subscribe to them all. And then this is the details of the video. So come down here, and here I've attached a lot of info for you if you want to find any of the links I've got, any information. And at the bottom here's the disclaimer. But everyone, have a good one. Hope you're all well. Have a good sleep, and I'll speak to you all again soon.
Buying bread from a man in Brussels. He was 6'4", full of muscles. I said, "Do you speak my language?" He just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich. He said, "I come from a land down under. Well, feel the flow and mention the. Can you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover. Yeah. Can you hear